Ooh. Hello, 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 hello. My eyebrows do be big and eyebrowy. Why, hello there, Kim. Glad to have you back. Thanks, Haley, for liking the live. I appreciate that. Put my glasses on for now. And then I'll take them off if I need to. Onyx, hello. Kim, I'm so bummed you weren't able to come up earlier. You did get my email, though, right? Hey, Amy. Oh, Dana. I don't know if she's in the room. Dana, are you in the room? Dana, blink twice if you're in the room. Yes. Dana, do you notice anything? Dana, do you notice anything? Do you notice anything, Dana? What do you notice, Dana? What do you feel like doing right now? It's perfection. Do you love it? I did less with the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I did less with the shirt. So I did less with the shirt. You see what I'm saying? Someone amazing did get this shirt for me, and I turned it into a slutty tee because, you know, muscles. So, yeah. And now I wear it at this thing, although I cut it really, really poorly. So now I'm like trying to fix the part that I cut and jacked up. But you know what? It was an experiment, but it's great for lives. It's not great for wearing out in the world. People will be like, what the hell's wrong with that dude? But for lives, it's perfect. So someone amazing got me this shirt because this is a line that I say plenty with. I did less with the do less shirt. I did. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Alina. Yeah, so that's where we're at. What I'm going to be doing, it's still a little early, so we're getting some people still early. Also, I haven't been on Monday in like forever, so I will be doing that, but yeah, Kim, I can try to send it to you again. Let me try sending it to you again. And then what it will do is it should give you a link. If you click on the link, it should open something up. I'll try to send it to you again. Let's see. Because I'd love for you to come up. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm just going to type something really quick, guys. So just chill here for a second. Oh. Kim's voice 8@gmail.com. New link. Let's see. So it should send you the link. It should request access to like your microphone or your camera or whatever. You should be able to do something with it. I've never had anyone have an issue with getting on here, so I'm not sure what's going on there. You've been meaning to call and text me. Miss you. Let's catch up soon. I would love to. Dana, I would love to. Let's do it. Ooh, now off center. There we go. See if that worked. Hopefully it did, but it may not have. Thanks for joining, folks. I'm normally on it at 7, and so I'm a little bit early. I think people are getting off work. Thank you for the likes and the shares, folks. Thank you, Jody, for the gift. Oh my God, I keep doing this. Keep messing that up. Yeah, Kim, check your email and see if that worked that time. Illy, you too, Alessandro. Apparently, if I get on this early, my tickety talks is very non-tickety talky. But thank you for those who are here. We are going to do some readings this evening. And we are going to be seeing what's what. This needs to be wider. If you are, thanks for all the hearts and the likes and the shares. I appreciate that. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Marissa. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for the shares. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Hello, user 76002005485595. How's it going? Dana, is my beard too big? Looks like you're backstage. It says you're backstage. Where? Why don't I see you? Oh, thanks. Hi, Sage Spirit. It says you're backstage. I don't see you. Usually it shows you right here, but I don't see you for some reason. Let me see. Please hold while I figure this out. Yeah, I don't see you. But hey, at least it's working a little bit, except I just don't see you backstage. Usually you pop up here on the bottom, but I don't see you there. Love your shirt, my personal mission statement. Thank you. This is one of my medium Michael Mayo isms about how to do mediumship. You just do less. You do less. I don't know what demo scene means. Oh, don't know what's happening there. Don't know what I just did there. Delete scene. There we go. I'm back. And also, Marissa, I don't know if you're still in here, but congratulations on your coming out journey. Love that. Love, love, love that. Kim's voice, you say you're backstage, but I don't see you, my darling, for some reason. Do you have to push an extra button, maybe? A secondary backstage button to push? Boo, 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 boo. I have Game of Thrones. I keep hearing backstage like someone will come behind the shutters. Step forward, person behind the curtain. There is no one behind the curtain, I'm afraid. I keep moving my freaking thing. FYI, we're going to be doing readings tonight. Hello, Sherry. Thank you for the likes and the shares. How does it work as far as readings? So what's going to happen is I'm going to do kind of spirit-led readings where I'm going to be describing who I feel is coming forward, and then I'll give you a bunch of information about all of that. So I will describe it. You'll put hearts in the chat if you can understand the information, and then I'll bring you up on the live is basically what will happen. Boo, 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 boo. Thanks for joining us. I'm pretty much ready to do readings. I mean, I was hoping to get Kim up here, but for whatever reason, it's just not working for Kim. All I want to do is talk to Kim. Hello, Lori. When does it start? It's going to start shortly, probably the next few minutes. We'll start doing the ratings. Are you allowed to remain in the chat? So I generally prefer it if you can come on the live, even if it's just your voice, just because it's easier for me to make the link and it's faster and I don't have to hold the link so long while I'm waiting for you to say something else. That makes my job way easier. So I do have a preference for that. So if you can do that, that's amazing. That doesn't mean I'm not going to read someone that's in the chat, but I probably will make it I'll make it very short. It'll probably be a very, very short reading if you can't come up on the live. Is what I'm saying. So yeah, thanks for the likes and the shares. We'll go ahead and start here in just a second. So what I'll do right now is just try to move us into this thing. So what's going to happen is I'm going to start to become sensitive. As I become sensitive, I'll start to describe who I start feeling stepping forward. As they step forward, if you can understand the information, you will put hearts. Well, not as they step forward. When I ask you if who can understand this information, you'll put hearts in the chat. And that's how we will be able to figure out who we're with. Once we know who we're with, then we will begin our message. You'll come up on the live. And yeah. I found out about you from Brittany Bento. Hi, and just randomly came across this tonight. Amazing. It's amazing. Welcome, Esther. Nice to meet you. So ideally you'll be coming up because it makes my job easier, and then I have more energy to connect with um, more than one person, or like have more energy to connect with more people. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I'm trying to be done earlier tonight so that I'm not doing this late into the evening. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna take a minute or two to become sensitive. I'll start to describe who I feel coming forward. If you can understand the information, when I ask, you will put hearts in the chat. I'll ask you like what percentage you can take. Ideally, I'm looking for someone who can take 100% or close to 100% of the information, because there's people in here and I got to make sure that it goes to the right person. And yeah, this Jersey girl appreciates the early night. Yeah, my East Coast people definitely do. Karen, not a Karen, says, one of my favorite authors. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks, Karen. That's so sweet. You inspire me to want to write another book. So amazing. So let's jump in. I'm going to just take a couple of minutes to become sensitive. And then if you're interested in getting a reading, please stick around. If you're not interested in getting a reading, I guess that's fine. But if you can understand the information and you don't want a reading, just say that. That way I'm not left trying to place this without knowing who it's for. So, okay, so give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to start to become sensitive. And as soon as I'm ready to start, I will do that. So, yeah. Let me just check one thing really quickly. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. I just have to respond to this text and then I'll start. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. Oh shit. Oh, so sorry, guys. I'm also taking care of someone that has COVID, so I have to address that as well. 1 second and then I'll start. So sorry. There we go. Okay, so let's see. For some reason you can't hear me because I was muted for a second. Okay. So a couple of things. Yes, I was on mute for a second because I had to talk to someone else really quick. But now we're going. Okay, so again, Lily says, "Hey Michael, someone claiming to be messaged me. I think your account, personal account, or your professional account got hacked. Have you checked your messages?" So I would change the password or other. Yeah, so it's likely that it's just a fake account that they just made that has my pictures and has all that sort of thing, but it's not my actual account. So yeah, people make those all the time, and then they send messages to people trying to get them to give readings or give them money rather. So really important point, please don't give any money to anybody who claims to be me and is messaging you to give you a reading. I will never do that. That's never anything I do. No credible medium will ever do that. So if you ever have someone messaging you, doesn't matter who it is, saying they want to give you a reading, you shouldn't get a reading with that person anyway, because that's shady as fuck. So don't do that. So yeah, important PSA as we get started, because invariably there will always be someone who does that. Always people message me after these things saying, "Hey, I got scammed, blah, 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 blah." All I can do is tell you that it's fake and it's not real. The only way that you'll ever get a reading from me is either in one of these lives where I'm literally talking to you, or in a if you book yourself in at oakbridgeinstitute.org. Lisa, to answer your question, how do you go live? I will send you a link, and that's that. I think he was trying to date me, and honestly, I was like, "This is not Michael." Oh, Lily, as much as that sounds amazing, how I bet you're amazing to date. Um, I, you definitely know it's not me because I have a boyfriend, so that makes things a little bit different. Hey, Wild Steph. Hey, Quite a Witch. Um, so yeah, just have a listen. I'm gonna start to make a link, and if it sounds like it's for you, you can let me know, and we'll go from there. Hey, Kathy. Yes, boyfriend. And I need to get back to you. I meant to call you. I've been meaning to call you, and I haven't called you yet, Kathy. So I need to call you, and I need to call Oscar as well, or Andrew. Sorry. Those who know you know. Yeah, those who know me know. Lily has a boyfriend too. Yeah, we all got boyfriends around here. Okay, so let's say, what made you get into this? I feel energy, but I'm scared to get more into it because I don't want to. Yeah, if you feel energy, you want to see stuff. Don't worry, most people don't see anything, so don't worry about that. You're not going to see things that you don't want to see. If you train, develop properly, it's going to be one of the most easy, enjoyable, positive experiences you'll ever have. And it's not scary, it's not negative, it's not bad. Anyone who says otherwise is just full of shit. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to start to move into this. So if you can understand the information, once I check in, please put a heart in the chat. Wait till I check in though. Don't do it until then. Yeah. Keep the vibes positive because otherwise you'll get removed. That rarely ever happens in my things, but on occasion that happens. And we're going to go ahead and jump in. So give me just a couple minutes. I'm going to tune in, see who starts to step forward. And then if it sounds like it's someone you know in spirit, please claim them because they're making the effort to come. And it makes it much more easy and fast to do this. So here we go. Give me a couple minutes. Right now, I'm just attuning to the spirit world. I'm seeing who's starting to step forward. Trying to get my out of my own head and into the feeling, into the atmosphere, to feel the power. And I'm waiting for the power to come. What you can do also right now, if you do have someone you're hoping to hear from, you can send a loving thought to them and invite them to draw close. And then you can send a loving thought that someone who needs a message tonight will get it, other than yourself. Okay. Okay, I vaguely feel someone, so I'm gonna let her step in a little bit closer. This girl feels younger to me. She feels like she would be probably closer to her 20s, somewhere in her 20s. That I can feel stepping forward. Keep hearing Jamie that I want to say, so I feel like there's some sort of connection to the name of Jamie. As I feel her too, she feels to me outgoing. She feels to me kind of quirky, to be honest. Like there's a quirkiness about her. She feels. I don't know if she had like different color hair or streaks in her hair or something like that, but I'm drawn for some reason to her hair. As I say this, she feels rather thin to me. As I see her, I'm just going to let her step in a little bit more. She strikes me as kind of a joker, a playful sort of energy to her as she's stepping in. Just going to let myself feel her a little bit more. It's strange because it feels to me like her passing feels sudden or unexpected in some way. And at the same time, it feels like it was known that she was unwell. So I kind of am getting two different things that sort of seem kind of contrary. So there feels to me as though there would have been some sort of quickness around maybe the downturn of her passing. This does feel illness-like to me. And as I talk about it, it feels something that spreads. It feels something that grows quickly within her is the feeling that I get. I just feel like within my body, I'm feeling unwell. I'm not sure exactly what that is right now. Just let her step in a little bit more. There's something young about her. There's something very, I don't know. I want to say like, no, how do I say that? She definitely had more opportunity for maturing had she been here longer. So there's something about her that feels kind of innocent, kind of naive, a little bit, yeah, maybe a little bit naive, is the feeling that I get here. I'm just going to let her step in a little bit more. There's also, I don't know if she doesn't look tomboy like, but if she was sort of tomboy like, maybe in her personality, she just seems like she can rough and tumble, almost as if she had brothers that would have kind of encouraged that sort of thing, is what I can feel here. And for some reason, I keep seeing clips, like little clips in her hair. She kind of looks to me like how someone would dress in the 90s or something like that. I don't know if she actually was alive in the 90s or if she was actually just born in the 90s, but I just see this like 90s look with her. I don't know how accurate that is, but so if that the part doesn't fit, that's not too married to it. But what it feels to me is that she feels more like a friend than anything. And she feels to me as though that there's a female that she would be here for this evening. Does this sound like someone that someone knows? If you do recognize her at all, do put a heart in the chat. Okay, Leola, you can understand this gal. Mystic Stuff can understand her. Karen can understand. Lily can understand. Okay, if you can just tell me what percentage you can understand of it, that would be amazing. And then I will kind of keep working. You can hopefully take close to 100, and I'll just get more information. 90 for Leola, okay. Henry says all. Okay. Can you even take Jamie? Karen says 99. No, it's definitely Jamie. Okay, Karen. Henry, keep listening. I want to bring up Karen and see what happens. Hi, Karen. How you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
I can.
Perfect. Awesome. So you said you could take 99% of it, and you can also take Jamie. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So I'm going to kind of go over the information. All I need you to do is just say yes if you can understand which pieces you can understand. So you can understand a gal that would be possibly in her 20s, or she feels quite young. There's something a little bit naive about her. Does that part make sense for you?
Yes, it does.
Can you also understand how Jamie would fit into this?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's not her name, though, is it?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. And then can you also understand, too, okay, she's coming a little bit stronger, so I might be with you, Karen. Can you understand the illness and the sense of shortness about it, or like the sense of suddenness? There's like this feeling of like we knew something was wrong, but then it was like so short, like the time period of when she passes.
Do I need to describe it to you, or?
Just yes or no, if that kind of makes sense to you,
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
You can take that. Perfect. And then can you also understand too? Let me just get a sense of her. Can you also understand as a friend as well?
She was actually my sister.
Okay.
But we didn't grow up in the same household.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So there was a little bit of this sort of different kind of relationship, not necessarily like full on sister vibe.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. And I'll take that. That's fine. Okay, I do think I'm with you, Karen. So I'm just going to work with her a bit. Can you understand why I'd be feeling this connection to the 90s or like this 90s look with her?
She was born in the 90s, and she also dressed like it sometimes too.
Okay, and then can you also understand either little clips in the hair or something like that? She keeps bringing back to her hair, and I for some reason felt like I want to talk about multiple colors at times. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like that is something there. There is a feeling here too. Can you understand that there would have either been some sort of wide distance here between the two of you? And I think this is time difference. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Like, it just feels like there's a age gap. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Can you understand the big age gap between the two of you? And then can you also understand with her passing that this feels like a surprise in some way, like expected but unexpected? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can you understand too with her that there would have been either some sort of difficulty or emotional things kind of happening with her? Can you understand that?
Yes.
Because
Yep.
it feels to me like, as I'm talking about this, there's a sense of maybe somewhat responsibility around some of this. Does it make sense?
Yes.
I feel also too, as I talk about her, um, there is this sort of, I don't know if this is clashing or if there's some sort of rub around my, like, with either my parents or with like a father figure. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that is the big thing that was sort of like she was running into, because I just feel this frustration around that. Can you understand that?
100%.
She makes me feel here too, as I feel her, is I for some reason I feel like she didn't feel she had other people to turn to for some reason. Like, I feel this somewhat sense of isolation, even though there was sort of a openness and a brightness about her and like an engaging. It almost feels like I need to say she was looking for something that she couldn't quite find. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it
Yeah.
feels to me it's like a sense of unsettledness within her. It's like this anxiousness mixed with like tension. I just can feel this sort of tension of trying to feel connected. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel here too, as I talk about her, there is this sort of soft spot as she looks at you. Would you understand that your relationship with her was positive?
Yes. Yep.
Because as she looks at you, there feels to me like there's this connection between the two of you. Would it make sense that you share the same mother but different fathers?
Actually, it's the other way around.
Okay, so it's two. It's you share the same father but not the same mother.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. I could tell that there was a difference in parentage in that way, but I just didn't know which way it went. Um, because I could feel that. The other thing that she makes me feel is not just with like the age difference, but there's also kind of just how you two grew up. There's something where there's a lot more security in how you grew up versus how she grew up for some reason. Can you understand that?
Yes. Yep.
Like, I just feel there's more consistency, there's more. And then is there would there be like an Amber or something with an AM sounding name? Amy, Amber, something like that. I want to lean into like maybe Amy or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just felt that for some reason. I'm not clear exactly why, but I'm just going to go with it. Would there also be a connection with something in this month that feels connected to her, to your sister? I feel almost as if I need to say there's some sort of anniversary or birthday or something like that that feels around June or like the summertime. Can you understand that?
My birthday's
Your birthday in a few days. Okay. Because I just feel this she was referring to what felt like a birthday in June. It felt like right around now, so that makes sense. As I feel her too, there feels to me, I don't know, this feels like questions left unanswered, but also kind of makes sense at the same time with her passing. Can you understand that?
Yep. Absolutely.
It's like I feel like there was quite a bit of struggle off and on and leading up to this actual time period. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And I also, would you understand that there would have been, I don't know if I want to say like behavioral things, but something like that that would have been kind of an off and on thing?
Absolutely.
Because what I can feel from her, and this is kind of that unsettled feeling, it's like she really just wanted to feel loved and connected. And it just seemed like she kept being met with not that is the feeling. And like people tried, but for whatever reason, there was like this tension there, which feels to me rooted in like her relationship with her dad. Can you understand that?
Absolutely.
And so what I can feel from her is she's actually bringing me to a memory. She feels to me like phone calls and text messages to you, like in her frustration and in her kind of like trying to seek guidance. She would look to you for that support. Can you understand that?
Yes, I can.
And she makes me feel like you did your best as much as you could to help her. However, it feels to me like as much as you could help her, there was, I don't know, sometimes it would just kind of go sideways for her. It's like you might be able to give her some advice or something like that, but she kind of would still do these other things that weren't helping her move forward. Can you understand that? You still
Yes.
you can understand that, Karen? Oh, I think I'm losing you. I am losing you just a little bit, just a little bit. Can you hear me now? Let me test it now. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see that your internet's just a little bit red. Yeah, your internet's just a little bit red. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or not. Sometimes going on it or coming off of it is sometimes helpful.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you sound great now, and the little symbol's gone.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect. Can you understand with her? God, what is that? Steph? Would you know a Stephanie or a Steph connection here?
Yes.
I feel like I just heard that too. Connected in there. And then I know it's gonna sound silly, but like maybe like even a Mary Beth or like something like that. It's like a 2-name sort of thing.
It's Mary Ann.
Mary Ann, okay. Because I heard that also as she was here. I wish I had more context for the names for you, but like that's just what's being thrown at me. But did you hear the last thing that I said before the names?
I did.
Okay, and what was your answer? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Something that I really feel she wants to get across is like, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you tried to do. Because it feels like you were in her corner as much as possible, despite the fact that like she would still go off and do these things. And I feel at times you kind of had to let her ride it out on her own. Can you understand that?
Yes, exactly.
Because it felt like she would kind of at times burn the bridge a little bit, and it made it kind of difficult to keep trying to support her. But I need to say from her that she's making me feel that she wants to let you know that you did your best and that you did all you could for her. That's really important. Can you understand that?
I can. That's great. Yeah, thank you.
And she really does love you is something that she's also making me feel. And as she's saying that, she keeps flashing rainbows for you. I'm not sure what that even means, but she's flashing rainbows. There's something almost colorful about it and almost like hopeful there. Would that make any sense to you? Do you know why she would be flashing the rainbows by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Because she just makes me feel as though that's important to message. Important part of the message is to connect with the rainbow in some way.
Yeah.
The other thing that I can feel here too is is there a dog that's connected to you?
To me, yeah.
Yeah, to you. And then would there have been either some sort of eating something they're not supposed to, or a recent vet visit or something like that?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because she's referencing that to say, I saw what happened with him. Or I don't know if it's a her or him, but she's saying she saw what happened with that. Would you also understand that this dog is getting on in age or something like that?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because she's just bringing me around the dog. Is it a he?
She.
She, okay. Because I wasn't clear on if it was male or female, but I just want to be able to reference them correctly. She's making me feel that she's kind of getting on in age and that there's some things kind of happening there with her. And she's saying also, kind of rooting for the dog in some way. So that's the feeling that I get here from her. Um, and it's interesting too because she also makes me feel. Would you understand you having a partner uh, after her passing?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
Do you currently have a partner?
I do. But it's
And then would you
been ongoing for a while.
Okay. And would you understand that there was something that occurred? I can't tell if this is a new relationship or a new family member or something that comes in after her passing. And I feel like it's young.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Because I just feel like she's giving me this feeling of like, I never got to know them, but I'm getting to know them. This sort of the feeling right now.
Yep.
Do you understand the significance? I can't tell if that was 13 or 14 that she was trying to get me to, but can you understand the significance of 13 or 14?
14.
14, okay. Because she's bringing that up. I have no idea why, so I apologize. But I'm giving you exactly what she's bringing up. But as long as it makes sense to you, that's what's important.
It's our sister's birthday.
Your sister's birthday. Okay, got it. She's also making me want to come to you, and there's something to be said about your ability to create stability within you and in your life. Like you were able to her, she feels like you were always a stabilizing force. Can you understand that?
I can, yeah.
And she just says it. I don't know if she ever said this to you, but she's making me feel like in some ways she admired you and maybe even a little bit envied the ease at which some things have come to you in your life. Can you understand that?
I could, yeah.
Because there's this feeling of the road markers like along the way have kind of just kind of happen, and they've just been very natural. And that's not to say that you haven't worked for it or you haven't earned it, but it just feels like there's just something where there's like a responsibility with you. There is a looking after, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. There's just this quality here that she's making me aware of that was almost motherly to her. Can you understand that?
Yep, absolutely.
And it feels almost as if I want to say you at times were more motherly than even her own mother was. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Because it feels like at times could feel like a strained relationship too. So it just feels like my relationship to my parents both were this sort of strained quality.
Could be. At times was, yeah. I don't want to go into the whole
No, that's
thing,
okay.
so.
Yeah, that's okay. But you can understand that at times there was that strained quality. Yeah. I just feel like she really tried to do her best throughout her life. Can you understand her strong connection to music as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
She feels like she was obsessed with the music. And that was a really big part of her, and one of the areas where she felt creative expression, connection, that sort of thing. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And she makes me aware too, there's something to do with a collage of photos that feel, I don't know if she did this collage of photos or someone did this for her, but I just feel like a collage, almost like back in the day, you used to like cut out the pictures and like paste them all together into one thing. I'm seeing that. Do you understand the significance of that at all?
Yes, absolutely.
And I feel as though this is related. I want to say post passing, almost somehow either displayed or like there at the service. Would this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And there's something about art or something creative of hers, because I feel like that's an area that she did have, was this creativeness to her.
She did.
Okay. I can feel that it's starting to step back just a little bit, but I do want to just leave you with just a knowing that she makes me feel like the road for you is blessed, is the feeling that she makes me feel. And she also says, thank you, thank you, thank you for how much you tried for her and how much you tried to help her, support her. She makes me feel like you were just an amazing sister for her. So if I can leave you there with her love and that message.
Thank you so much. This has been fantastic.
Oh, I'm
you
so glad.
Really did a beautiful job. I'm like in awe, honestly. I'm amazed that you brought her. I mean, it was just perfect.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know if there's anything you want to validate. You don't have to, but if you want to share, I'm sure some people are interested in knowing, but
okay, well,
whatever you're comfortable with.
I can tell you, like, her name is
Michelle. You can tell me anything now.
Okay, her name is Michelle. Our sister was Jamie.
Okay.
Jamie is still here, but they were very, very close. Because they had the same mom.
Gotcha.
Their mom was my stepmom.
Gotcha.
And she was just full of life. And eventually there were some mental health things going on, and some other things got involved, and it just took a downward spiral. But when like I said, we helped as much as we could and did what we could, but that's just ended up that way. So
yeah. And the description sort of the relationship to her dad sounded correct. And
oh, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, that had a lot to do with her decline.
Yeah.
Because our dad had passed before he had gotten to say anything to him. Because we all had a strained relationship with him.
Yeah.
So that had a really bad effect on her.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I think the one good thing that we can sort of take from this is the recognition that she's still here. Obviously, I can't know any of that information if she's not the one that's giving it to me. And my hope is that kind of hearing from her today and to kind of know that she's at peace, she's happy, she's her bright, vibrant, expressive, creative self, that full of life quality is absolutely something that I can feel with her. And really the heavier, darker stuff is more so a memory that she's just presenting to me so that you can recognize her. So I just hope that you know that she is okay, that she's good, and she's clearly around, and obviously something with your dog. She's aware of that too. So
yeah, that part was funny. That it really is. My dog is definitely getting up in age, and she just had Lyme disease. So but thank you again so much. I really appreciate it, and you should definitely write another book because I will buy it.
Oh my gosh!
So will everybody else.
Oh, thank you so much, Karen. Were you the one that said you really loved? I was one of your favorite authors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Amazing! Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I hope that you continue to enjoy it. And yes, I will definitely write another book. But thanks for coming up here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right, take care. Thanks, Karen.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hokey dokey artichoke, which is another shirt I have, which I can turn into a slutty shirt because it's another phrase of mine. So yeah, that was an example of that. Lily says, so glad she came for you, Karen, which is amazing. Thank you, Nancy, for the hearts. We love that. Thanks for the likes and the shares, folks. I really appreciate that. That helps to get it out there. Aquatic Witch says, amazing. Karen, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, Karen. Thank you for letting me read you. Hi, Aida. Love all the support and the hearts for Karen. Appreciate that. Nice to meet you too, Nancy. Do more. I love that. Do more. Yeah, no, I got you. I feel you. Nice to be part of this and hear the reading. Thanks. You're welcome. April, amazing as usual. Thanks, April. Angela, laughing, getting it, understanding the jokes. Amazing. So again, thanks for the likes and the shares for this live. Did you miss the tea? I want an update. Which update are you looking for? Hey, Angela. I realized how demanding that seemed if you hadn't understood it. No. I totally knew what you meant. Don't worry about it. Hi, Yvonne. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I haven't really been great about coming on live. There's been other things that's been taking precedence. Yeah, April, my love life. You're wanting to know about that. Well, I have a boyfriend, which is cool, hasn't been, I've had a boyfriend for 15 years. So that's cool. So that's happening. And yeah, we've really taken the lesbian route in that we got a U-Haul and really moved things quickly. So that's cool. So yeah, fun fact. I know everybody's like, you hadn't had a relationship in 15 years. I know it's a lot. So yeah, we got a U-Haul and doing that whole thing. So yeah, that's really fun. Marissa, yay, congrats, cracking up at the lesbian joke. Bahaha, you're in good company. Yeah, no, it's we definitely did the old go on a couple dates and oh yeah, okay, this is it. Ta-da. A bunch of U-Haul lesbians. Yep, that's me. U-Haul lesbian. Hey Amelia. Yep, that's true, Lily. Some people are worth the wait. That is very, very true. When it's time, it's time. Yeah, that is true. And it was time. So happy for you. I approved the U-Haul life. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a little bit, I don't know what the word is, conservative in my sort of, I don't know how personal I should be, but I've always I've always been a little bit more, I don't know, not quick to jump into things, if that makes sense. And yeah, I finally picked a person who doesn't have a bunch of issues. Thank God for that. At least not any issues that he's not working on himself, and rather than me trying to fix everything, which is my MO. So that's been good. So there's the tea for those of you who wanted the tea of what's happening in my life. So yeah. Glad you got out of that comfort zone. Thank you. That smile said it all. You can't hide it from us. We are the FaceTime besties. Very intentional. Thank you, Angela. That's a great way to put it. Oh, thanks, Katrina. Very conservative 15 years worth. Hey, Buffy, it's not for not trying in those 15 years, but yeah, we got there. That's hilarious. So happy for you. Thank you, Silly Putty. I appreciate that. You just know what you want. Yeah, that is true. I did know what I want, but yeah, not the mic amount. Yeah, the mic amount. So anyway, that's kind of cool. Thanks, Amber. I appreciate that. So yeah, that was a long stint, my friends. Imagine being single for 15 years as a young, virile, homosexual man. Oh, I better be careful. I might get flagged for that. Oop, if this ends because I got flagged for that, just heads up. I gotta do this other thing. Give me 1 second. I need to do the Instagram thing because it closed again. Give me 1 second. I gotta restart it. Instagram must have been an hour because it loves to do that. Boom. Single's best when you're young. Well, I definitely did that for sure. I don't know how young I am now. Yeah, it's time to, do the thing. Settle down. I've always been that way though. Like I forever have been the type of person who just wants to have one person. That's all I need. And so, I had many, many more than that, but this is the one that's sounds feeling right. So we'll see. Got to give it time, of course, but it's feeling right. Better single than with the wrong person. I feel that very strongly, April. Like 100%. That's my whole motto. Just say TikTok shop, and TikTok won't do anything to live. TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok shop. Getting everything you wanted is worth the wait and happiness. Yeah, well, that's helpful. It's Pride Month. They better be understanding. You would think. What if your person dies? Are you in a long distance relationship? That's a very good mediumship joke. That's I appreciate that. Thanks for that. Yeah, kind of. And actually, no, in some ways, like not actually though. Hey, Kevin, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Yeah, that's actually a very good joke, and I love that. And my thoughts are, they're actually closer to you than ever. But now they're not going to leave the toilet seat up, and they're not going to do other annoying things. Do you think the reason my loved one has not come through is because they reincarnated already? Not necessarily, Yvonne. I actually don't view reincarnation in the sense of like necessarily no longer access to that spirit communicator. I think a different part of that spirit person's soul is the thing that reincarnates. So it's almost like taking a magnifying glass and you're just paying, or not magnifying glass. This is your soul, and then you have all these personalities and lifetimes branching off of it. It's just another little branch. So you can still access the person that you knew and that you loved. That personality expression of them still exists, and you're connected to them forever by love. So that's how I would describe it. That's what I would say. Amelia says, wishing you a lot of happiness. Thanks, Amelia. This man was so attached, and now he gets to be with me 1,000% of the time. His dream came true. Yeah, for real. I've always enjoyed connecting with Eric. Yeah, Yvonne, I know it sounds like a weird sort of explanation, but that's my best understanding of it. Okay, I think I'll do another reading. So let me just open my awareness and see who starts to step forward. So for those of you who are just joining, I'm going to be doing a mediumship spirit-led message. If you can understand the information, just say yes. No, just kidding. You're going to put a heart in the chat if you can understand it. And yeah, but before I do that, let me just quickly just talk about a couple of things. We do have Foundations 1 starting in July. So if you have ever been interested in developing your mediumship and you don't know that you can, or you never have, or you've been interested but you've been scared to, or anything, you should take our Foundations 1 class, which starts in July. So highly, highly, highly recommend. There's several of our students here now who have taken it, and they're saying, do it. It's great. So I highly recommend that. Another thing we are going to be having, if you are looking for a quality reading that happens to be an affordable reading, you can book with one of our Oakbridge Institute mediums, our advancing students. They're going to be doing private sittings, and they're going to need a lot of sitters, and it's only $35. So, that's a dinner, like eating out, or that is several Starbucks, or that is something you end up buying on TikTok shop. So if that's the case, I highly recommend you you take with one of them because they're really good. So if you've already had one with one of our past students, you can do that again. And also, if you haven't, definitely check that out. You can do that at oakbridgeinstitute.org. Proud sponsor of TikTok Shop. Who doesn't love buying things on TikTok Shop? Anyway, sorry, I'm just trying not to get bananaed on the Tickety Talks. So, proud sponsor. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm going to go ahead and open up and see who starts to step forward. The website is oakbridgeinstitute.org. Now, I don't actually know if they are up there right now. Let me have a look. If you can already book with them. Let me see. Book a reading. Let me just double check. Boop. Can you book a reading with individuals right now? Okay, that's that. My guess is, okay, it says join the wait list. So join the wait list. We'll let you know when you can book with those people. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Amber says, I've had 2 student readings. They're amazing. So yeah, definitely do that. Also, thanks for the likes and the shares, everybody. Appreciate it. Yeah, so if you are interested in doing that, definitely join the Foundation's 1 class or get a reading with one of our student readers, which is amazing and very affordable. So, and we need a lot of sitters for their training and development. So please do that. Please share it with your friends. Let your friends and family know that they can book a reading with some educated developing mediums. So I'm going to go ahead and do another reading and we will go from there. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to just start to soften my awareness. And as soon as I start to feel someone stepping forward, I will begin. So because I was talking and coming kind of out of the attunement, so I'm just giving myself time to become nice and passive again. Yeah, there's definitely a lady stepping in. I'm just going to let her start to come forward. Okay, I think I'm going to try to describe this lady who I can feel stepping forward. So I have a lady here Just going to let her impress me a little bit more. She's a thinner framed woman. I want to say she's somewhere in her 60s, maybe 70s. I'm not exactly clear on that. Maybe 68 or somewhere around there is the feeling that I get here. As I feel her too, she doesn't feel like she comes from a lot of money or a lot of means. She feels to me she had to work hard kind of her whole life. And I see her doing, I don't know if this is specifically waiting tables, but it feels something like waiting tables, cleaning places. It feels like she's doing more than one job. She strikes me as what's the word I'm looking for? Independent, but not in a pushy way. She just feels like she's kind of making do with what she's being given or what she was given. Let me just feel her just a little bit more. I'm just trying to see what else she can give me that's a little bit more specific. She doesn't seem very she's not like a strong personality. She's not like coming in and like pushing her way in or anything like that. She strikes me as this more of a gentler, maybe even slightly shyer presence as I feel her. Her essence feels more like that. There's something related to Lakewood or Lakeville or Lake something. There's a lake something connected to her as I talk about that. I also want to say that there would have been, gosh, I don't know if she wore like a tank top or something like that. I know that's kind of silly to talk about the clothing given that but she feels comfortable. She feels casually dressed. She feels comfortable. She feels to me as if she would have worn her hair up often. It doesn't feel to me as though she's like doing a whole lot in regards to like necessarily overly paying attention to kind of how she's presenting. It just feels practical with her. As I say this too, she's actually becoming slightly younger than what I initially felt. She's actually giving me maybe in her early 50s or something like that. So I'm just starting to feel her go a little bit younger here. Maybe this is when you knew her. And then the age that I gave earlier feels like when she passes. But I can feel that. I'm just letting her give me something else. I don't know what this is. There's something with flower or floral. Flower or floral. Not sure how to describe that. I keep getting flashed like, I don't think it's necessarily rural. It actually feels more urban of where she would be from, where she's living, but it's like slightly outside of like the more busy part of the city is what it feels like to me. I wish I could give you an exact place. It's somewhere connected. I can't tell if it's like south of Ohio or something like that. I feel like I want to go down a little bit on a map, or if it's just the southern part. Maybe I'm not clear on that, but I just feel like I need to go down on a map. Let me just let her give me a little bit more, and then I'll check in who can take this. I don't know if this is like Ida, Iris, I keep hearing this I thing. Hold on. I'm just going to get just a little bit more. I'm just feeling her passing, but it doesn't feel, there's no sharpness to it. It sort of feels slipping away or easing away for some reason. I don't know what that is about just yet. It does feel like it could be an illness that progresses. I don't know what this easing away is, but my consciousness feels like it's going, and I feel like I slip off is the feeling that I get here. I'm going to check in here and see who can understand any of that. If you can just put a heart in the chat, and then also if you can put the percentage that you can understand, that would be helpful. That's a lot more people than I thought that were going to take it. That's very interesting. Okay. Abby, I think I'm gonna pull you up here. Lily, keep listening. And then Marissa, keep listening just in case. Hi, Abby. How you doing?
Doing okay, thank you.
Okay. Can you understand the lady that I'm describing?
Yes.
Okay. And as I'm just going to go over a little bit of what I gave, and then I just need you to just say yes if you can understand it, no if you can't. If you're not sure or you need a lot more information, you can say that. So this feels to me like a thinner woman. Would you understand the kind of two ages that I gave? Because for some reason I'm feeling her somewhere in her 50s, like 56, 54, something like that. But then I feel like her passing would have been later, somewhere closer to her 70s or just the end of her 60s. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Okay. And then can you also understand with her, there's a softness, there's like a shyness even that I want to say with her. She just feels like she goes in, she tries her best and like does the job, and then she kind of goes home. Is sort of the feeling that I get with her. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Can you understand with you though? Because as I just felt the energy draw to you, there's a little bit more excitement in her energy. So I feel with people that she was closer to, and I feel she would be closer to you, there's this feeling of openness and kind of joking and that I can feel with you. Does this make sense?
Yes, because it kind of caught me off guard at first when you said that she was kind of closed off and like shy because she wasn't around me, but then I got to thinking about it and I think around other people she was.
Yeah, it just feels like she needed to feel comfortable, and then that's when you really got to see that sort of bubbly, more open kind of quality. Because I feel with you, I can feel her voice, I can feel her making jokes, I can feel her laughing with you, I can feel her really excited to like see you and talk to you and hold your hand. Like I feel like she's grabbing your hand, going, "Oh my God, hi!" Like I just feel that excitement when she saw you. Can you understand that?
Oh yes.
And as I say this too, she's showing me a playing card table. Can you understand like a square playing card table? Or I can't tell if it's that or like a dinner tray table. Does either of those make sense to you?
I think so, yeah.
She makes me feel that. Can you understand a lot of either yellow or floral around her as well? Because she's showing me almost like a decoration that's like yellowy. I don't know if it's sunflowers or if it's daisies or something like that. But can you understand that at all?
I feel more like yellow, but yeah, I think floral as well.
Okay.
But I feel like yellow, I really associate with her with yellow.
Okay, perfect. And can you understand lake wood or lake something?
That's the only thing I don't know.
That's the only thing you don't know. Okay, maybe that's something you can look into, because I don't know if this is a street name or something like that, but it feels like an area, and I feel like I need to say lake something that feels connected to her. As far as the location of her, when I talked about Ohio, but I kind of was like, I wanted to go down for some reason. Did that make any sense to you? Like I almost wanted to go like south of Ohio is the feeling that I want to go.
Yes, I'm not entirely. I don't remember where exactly she's from, but I know it was south of Ohio.
Okay, there's just this feeling that I just wanted to be drawn there. Can you understand with her passing that there would have been this kind of easing away? I don't know why I need to say that, but it just feels like it doesn't feel sharp. It feels like I'm slowly going, or kind of unconscious even to some degree. Can you understand that?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think yes.
Okay. Is it just because you just don't know the full details?
So it was sudden to me, but apparently it wasn't a sudden thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't know exactly.
Yeah, that's totally fine. It makes sense. The thing that I can feel from her, and especially with you, there's a fieriness which I didn't perceive at the beginning. There's like a drive, there's a playfulness, there's a joy that I can feel here. And can you understand that you would go visit her? Like you'd have to go see her, or you'd have to go visit her. And I feel like there's a distance you'd have to travel to do that. Can you understand that?
Not a distance.
Okay, but you can understand having to go visit her and like seeing her on occasion, not like every day.
Yes.
Okay. Would you also be able to take with her this sort of independent quality here? Because as I feel her, I don't see a whole lot of people around her. She feels kind of to herself a little bit more. Can you understand that? But I also feel like I need to say she kept really busy, because I feel busy with her. I feel like I'm always doing something. I'm always just keeping busy with her in and around my house, and then also with other people kind of around me. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Let me just see where she's going with this. She's making me feel this sense of fond memories. Can you understand either being out on the grass with her, or like there being grass in front of her house or something and playing somewhere on the grass?
Yes, definitely.
Because that seems like a really clear memory that she's bringing of something that would be maybe a regular thing when you would go visit her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then she's showing me you young. So I know that you would have known her quite a bit when you were younger as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely.
She points to you, and she points to one other like child. Can you understand the two, like you and another child going to visit her and see her?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just see here as I'm feeling her a little bit more. I'm trying to get this sense of the relation. You'd understand this as a family member, correct?
Family member, yes.
Okay. Because I just can feel that. I'm just not sure which family member just yet, but I'll let her kind of bring it to me as we keep going. As I feel her too, would you understand her voice being a little bit higher in pitch or like soft in some way?
Sorry, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Like I almost want to go like, I mean, I can't really imitate it, but like, I feel like I need to say like, oh, like it was something like this, like it's kind of like softer, a little breathier. Like, I don't know. There's just like this almost gentleness to her voice. I don't know. That's the best I got. Sorry, I'm trying to like imitate her, but that's sort of the feeling that I get here. Would there have been like, I don't know if you were able to identify this era, but can you understand that there would have been maybe a little bit of an older style of decoration to her house? Like I almost want to say like 80s or like late 70s. Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
It just feels like it's a little bit more dated, and it didn't update. It was just like from the same thing, like from that same time period of how she was. Would you also remember watching like shows with her, or like the TV with her, like watching her shows with her?
Occasionally.
It feels like I'm in the evening when I'm doing this, like putting my feet up and just kind of like watching like Wheel of Fortune or something. Like I feel like I'm watching my shows is the feeling that I get. Would this be grandma?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure on that, but that's why I said it like a question. But what I do feel from her is that there was a strong connection when you did see her, when you did connect with her. And it feels to me as though that she was someone who really had to work hard all the way up until the end of her life. Can you understand that?
Yes.
It just felt like she put in a lot of time, she put a lot of energy. I do feel she would have retired though, as I'm saying that. Would that make sense to you?
That she would have or wouldn't have?
She would have at one point.
Would have?
Yeah.
I think she did.
Yeah. Because I just do feel.
When I said yes, I was like, wait a second. I don't think she was working.
Yeah. Because it does. When you said yes, I felt like she's like, that's not exactly right. Can you understand a connection with Arizona as well? And I don't know if that's with her or with you, but she's making me feel like I want to talk about Arizona.
With me, yes.
With you, okay. Okay, let me just see where she's going next. One of the things that she's bringing up here, Abby, is she's talking about your settling in to kind of your life more recently, like as if something has recently, like in the last year or two, kind of finally clicked. Can you understand this?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because it makes me feel like before that there was and I almost want to say with work too, because before that it felt like it was just a lot of this up and down, sort of not feeling as stable. Like I feel like I'm on the road or I'm on the go or I'm moving or there's these things going on where it just doesn't feel as stable. Can you understand that? Oh, you paused for a second.
Yes,
does that make sense to you? That you'd understand that, right, Abby?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
That's okay. But she's making me feel like just within I want to say the last year and a half or maybe year and 3/4, something like that. She makes me feel like, okay, I finally landed. I feel like I have direction. I feel like I've completed something. I feel almost like you're so much more set up now. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And she's just saying how proud of you she is for that. She's making me feel like you really took your life over and you overhauled it. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And she's just saying how proud she is of you because before that it feels a bit struggly. And she's making me feel like you landed and you should be proud of what you accomplished is what she's making me feel. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. There's that other thing. Would there be a either a new relationship or new partnership or something like that that's connected here?
No.
Okay, that's okay. I'm just trying to understand this because she makes me feel like the home environment has become more stable. Can you understand that?
Yes.
There's something about the stability of that. For some reason, I felt like there was another person with you in your home.
Not another person, but I can validate that when we're finished.
Sure.
If I can.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not exactly sure what she's giving me there, but it just feels like something has landed. It feels good. It feels strong. It feels solid. And she's just congratulating you on that. Let me just see what else she wants to give here. Would you be able to place a white car? She's showing me a white car. I don't know what kind of car it is. I almost want to say it's either a Nissan or a Honda or something like that. It's something that's a little more compact car. Can you understand that at all?
Yes.
I wish I understood why she's bringing that up, and I don't. Would this be connected to her in some way?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just trying to see what's going on there because I'm feeling it kind of come in and out a little bit. So I'm just trying to get a sense of reconnection. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can relax into her presence just a little bit more. Okay, Would you understand a car or something like that being given either on or near to a birthday? And I
Yes.
actually want to say that this would have been, yeah, there's just a birthday. I'm just going to give that because that's the thing that's clear. She's making you feel on or around a birthday, there would have been a car that was given.
Yes.
Can you also understand her somehow being connected through a mail to you? She's making me aware of a mail that would be connected. Maybe not through, but can you understand that there would be another gentleman older than you, an older generation gentleman that would also be connected to her?
Yes.
Let me just see here. Would it make sense if I said, what is that? I don't know what this is, so I'm just going to try to do my best. As a strong D-I-L sound. D as in David, like Dillard or Dylan. Dillard. There's something ard that I want to say. I think it's actually the last part that's more important. Can you understand a last name that ends in like A-R-D or something like that? Dillard. Dillard.
I think so.
Me too. I think so too. I'm not 100% clear on it. I can feel that it's sort of. I'm losing.
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay,
yes.
you can take
yes,
that.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Perfect. Is it one of those moments where you just totally forgot the name and then you just suddenly remember it?
Well, actually, my sister is in the live as well, and she's helping me, and she
Perfect.
was smarter than me, so she remembers more.
Amazing. Okay.
And she just told me.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Also, hi, sister. So let me just keep going here. It's interesting because I actually feel this warmth that I can feel from her that's sort of welling up as I'm talking about this. And as you referenced your sister, there is this sense of like a lot of love that I can feel for both of you. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And I actually feel just a lot of fond memories that I can feel of visiting her, of seeing her. And I also feel that there would have been when she was old, like when she was older. Can you understand that you wouldn't have seen her as often?
Yes, definitely.
Because it feels like your life kind of took you somewhere else. But would it make sense that your sister was around her a little bit more, or at least closer to her, like physically?
Yes.
Because I just can feel that. What I can feel from her is, and I'm just going to wrap it up because I can feel it kind of being a weaker link here. I want to say that she is really, really proud of your accomplishments. She feels very happy with what you were able to achieve over these last couple, like year and 3 quarters is the feeling that I get. And then for your sister, she's saying, for your sister, can she acknowledge if she has, I think 2 kids? She has kids? Does that make sense? It's 2 kids?
She's able to come up with 2 if it's okay. If you want her to.
Let me just see, because I just could feel her.
Easier because I'm trying to text her. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think I'm bringing up the right person. Danny, are you Abby's sister?
Yes.
Okay, great. She's wanting to make me reference your kids. And she's wanting to say, would it make sense that she would have either seen both of them or just one of them when she was here?
Yes.
Because I just feel, and can you also understand either a similar name or a shared name within the family?
Yes.
Because I just feel it feels like a middle name or something like that. Can you understand that? Okay, perfect. And then would you also be able to take with her somehow to the side? There's almost like this to the side thing with the relationship. Oh, I don't know if that's a great aunt or something like that, but it feels to me it's a great aunt. Okay. Because as you came up, I could feel her a little bit more, and she was just clarifying that for
And
me.
you mentioned grandmother. It's our grandmother's sister.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Okay, so that's the connection that's there.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm glad that you didn't. That's perfect. That's exactly how you're supposed to do that. And so what I feel, okay, and were you able to also take, I don't know if there's a Beth or a Betty connection? Elizabeth, Betty, Beth? Can you take any of that? I just saw it, just Betty. It was just B-E-T. It's okay if you can't, but I just need to give you what I'm getting.
I don't understand that.
Okay. How about for you, Danny? Can you understand that at all?
I don't think so.
That's okay. That's totally fine. Can you understand like a Mary, Maria, like something like that?
Yes.
Okay. And then would you also be able to understand too, would there be a connection with the 19th of a month? I almost want to say like the 19th of September or something in September. I know it's always hard when I give like numbers like that for like us to go like, let me just pull it up off the top of my head. But would you understand a something to do with September? And if you don't know now, we can always check later. You can always let me know later.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, that's okay. What I will do, because it looks like Danny's maybe checking. She's like, hold on, let me look at my calendar and see what is correct. But I just feel like I need to mention September around the 19th is this feeling that I get here. I can feel it kind of dropping a little bit. It kind of grew a little bit when Danny was there. But I do want to say from her, just this sense of being proud of you and grateful. I feel as if I need to say, Danny, would you understand that one of you got to say goodbye and the other one didn't?
I'm not sure about Danny, but I know I didn't get to.
Yeah, I don't feel like you got to say goodbye, Abby, but I feel as if I need to say someone else got to say goodbye or had a conversation with her close to her passing.
I think I know the September. Sorry.
Okay, great. Amazing. I'm glad. Thanks for checking.
Her dad's birthday.
Amazing.
That's right, her dad's birthday.
Perfect. And then, Danny, would you remember either having to have a conversation with her right before her passing or very close to her passing?
Me?
Yeah.
Sort of close. Yes.
Okay. There just
Not
feels
right before,
there just feels to me like
yes.
like you were able to say what you needed to say, or that there was some sort of communication
Yes.
that felt like you kind of got everything you needed to say out for some reason.
Yes.
And so that felt really helpful there. What I can definitely feel from her is the love and the joy. And I just want to say she's really that vibrant, vivacious energy that I feel like she was with you guys. Maybe a little less with her people she didn't know, but with you, she's very much that right now. She feels this strong sense of love, connection, and just grateful to you both for making her an important piece in the family, because it's what it feels like. It's like we always made sure that she was connected. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. If you guys want to share a little bit of feedback, you're welcome to do that now.
So when you were talking about how before or within the last year, I finally feel grounded and everything, and before it was like moving around and stuff. For the past, I want to say about 10 years since I got out of high school, I've been moving from place to place. I've moved just about every year. I've moved somewhere. And especially when I met my husband, we moved every year, sometimes more than once a year. And I actually had a conversation with him a little while ago that I finally feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I finally feel settled, and like that I can just stay here and be happy, and that I've never felt that before. I've always felt kind of like not really not happy with where I'm at, and so that really hit home when you said that.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Very good. How about for you, Denny? Anything that you heard that you want to validate?
The Dillard would be her brother.
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
actually said Dillard, and his name was James Dillard.
Oh, okay, cool. So the last name was Dillard.
Yeah, I don't know why that did because he always went by JD. So
Okay, amazing.
When I
Okay.
heard Dillard, I'm like, who says Dillard? It's not a common name. I was like, sorry, I didn't like jump into the reading, but I was like, yes.
Amazing. No, I love that. And especially because Dillard is so unique and not something you hear every day. That's awesome that landed. I love that. Anything else that you...
that you were talking about for Abby, and she said not a person, and she wanted to validate that, so I'll let her validate the new not person.
Oh, I just got a puppy.
Oh,
so,
amazing,
yeah. So
amazing.
It's not a person, but it's new.
It felt like a baby, but I was like, it's not a baby though. So I was a little confused by that. So that makes sense. It was a puppy.
Well, he's my baby.
Yeah, he's your baby. Yeah.
You probably heard him barking a few minutes ago. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good. No, it's perfect. Well, I just want to say thank you to both of you for being here and popping on and letting me read your great aunt. That's so awesome. And I hope that the evidence lets you know that she's here. Just really quick, Danny, could you understand Lakewood or something to do with lake?
I'm not sure, but I do know the car was a gift to her son.
The car was a gift to her son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Okay.
The only thing I can think of about a lake would be like Watauga Lake.
Oh, Riverview was her school. It'll be Lakeview.
Oh, River, yeah, not lake, but river, Riverview.
Okay. Well, I have a feeling that this is a street name. So I don't know if you want to like do a little research and see if Lakewood or Lake something is in that, because I feel like this is a street name that would be significantly connected to her. So maybe have a wee look. But I do want to say thank you so much for being here and letting me read you. And I hope I get to read you all again.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Have a great night, you two.
Thank you. You too.
Now I just need to...
I don't know how to leave.
I can help you leave. Hold on. Let me
Yes,
let me just figure this out, because I'm trying to swipe out of this other thing and it's not wanting to let me swipe out. There we go. All right. Thanks, Abby.
Thank you.
Okie dokie, artichokes. Oh my god, I have no light on my face. Ooh, sorry, Hudson. Hold on, let me turn this on. Oh, it's not plugged in. Please hold, because it's darkened now. Let me plug this in, because this is about to die. And it would help if I had that plugged in. Please hold, please hold. There we go. Now everything's plugged in, no one's dying. And there we go. Oh, lordy. Okay, now you can see me at least a little bit. Howdy. Yeah. So, wait, your shirt, where did I get that? This is actually something that Dana got me. Dana and Matt got this for me. And then I just turned it into this, but they had it made. That was a cool reading. Yeah, it was a little bit in and out for me, like just as a medium. Like I could feel that it was connected and a little bit not, and connected and a little not. So that was tricky. But the Dillard thing definitely was cool. I loved that. That was rad. And what I also loved was that Danny was also in the room, and Danny was able to validate some things and bring some things up that Abby maybe couldn't remember. But sounds like that was a valuable reading to them, and that's what's important. That's absolutely what's important. I hear people saying they had some postcards, which is amazing. Sheena, my readings on my lives are free. But if you want a private booking, then you can do so at mediummichaelmayo.com. As a reminder, I will never ask you for I will never message you for a reading ever. So please do not listen to anyone who looks like me, who has a profile that looks like me. It's not me. I will never message you for a reading. So please do not send anyone money. I don't want you to get scammed. I only do readings either on my live or you have to book through my website. Okay. And the only place you can do that is mediummichaelmayo.com. A lot of postcards. That's amazing. That's awesome. So I love your meditation. I do it every single morning. Hadley, I love that you love that. That's amazing. How's your schedule? Crazy husband needs one. My schedule's pretty open. Hi, Michael. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, Ray. Thank you. I am doing well. I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and go eat dinner now. I started a little bit early because I wanted to end a little bit earlier, which is also helpful for my East Coast friends because I know it gets late for you guys. But I'm really appreciative of you all being here, and I will be here again next week. So if you want to get a reading or potentially get a reading, you can always tune in next week. I'm usually on around 7, but I got on earlier today, around 6. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So anyway, thank you so much for your time. So great to see so many familiar faces. If you're not following me, do follow me so you can potentially get a reading in the future. And I really appreciate you being here. All right. Hey, Shelly, nice to see you. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.